All right, it's time for GP's actual day one report from the Heidenheim World Cup. This is considered the Wimbledon of fencing. It's one of the biggest ones this year. There was about 350 people. Let's look. Yeah, just over 350. Massive. So let's have a look at the breakdown and actually go into what happened into day one because apparently the FIE has cameras over there, but they're not filming anything. So let's have a look. So the top 16 is true to ranking. No one in the top 16 left for the day or, was exempt. So just if you're in top 16, you go through. No one like Baran, 17th, just off, right? So let's have a look. And pools. So, pools. Let's go look at the pools real quick. So look at how many pools there were. 48. 48 pools. Other than that, notably, let's go look at poll results. We're not going to go through all of them. It's 48. We're going to be here all day long. So first out, Marco Brinkman. Absolutely killed this pool. Roman Svichkar. So the top 16. Oh, so actually exactly 16 people won all their pools, and that'll take you through. So Kamata being the last one. Oh, Park Sang-young making his return. Is now back. Cleaned his pool. So let's go have a few... Let's go have a look at people who actually clean their pools. So let's have a look. Let's 1.00. So Yulefan, he had pretty hard pool. Calderon, nothing easy here. Kovac from China. So let's look at the next one. Who else cleaned their pool? David Nach. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. He had relatively expected. Pavolainen is actually not that bad. I believe he made the top 16 at Worlds. So not bad. So overall, good pool, and he cleaned it. Next, Nikita Koshman. So left-handed French gripper from Ukraine with actually a pretty hard pool. Kupa Schumacher. Gussman is not too bad. And Bila, who's kind of sliding off a little bit. Rubez. So this is a pretty hard pool, and he cleaned it up. Good for him. Let's look at who Park had to go through. Also, on his return, not bad. So he had Yassin. He won 5-4 on Yassin, and that's about it. Other than that, he kind of should have been cleaning up overall, so good for him. Excited to see him in the top 64. Nicer Loyola, who just dropped out of the top 16. So he's looking to make it back into the top 16. And let's see, Wallach from Poland and Chuper from... So overall, it was his pool to take. But he had some pretty hard bouts to take, so good for him. Let's see next. Van Noonen. So after the spicy drama in where was that? The spicy drama at the last World Cup. That was in, I forgot where that was. Well, go watch my latest video. The last World Cup that happened, he had a bit of a kerfuffle with his teammate Rafael Tulin, and it was in Doha. And so go watch that video. But he definitely didn't take it to heart. He bounced back. Lugonas, not an easy match. Sobokan is infamous for doing all the World Cups and basically just rarely making it out of pools. Lubinecki is not easy. So overall, his pool to take. Good for him. Let's look at who's next. Mahmoud El Sayed. So I believe that's not the tall one. It's the other righty French grip one. Had to beat Fava Vorinen. This is a pretty hard pool. Italy niche. So overall, very hard pool, and he managed to clean it up. So good for him on that. Not easy. Komata. So he just made it. Let's see. And he had not the hardest pool for his level, but he definitely won all his bouts. It looks like it was really good. 5-4, 5-4, 5-2. So Hasanov kind of got in 5-1. So overall, right, the Japanese tend to keep their matches close anyway, but he won all his bouts. Let's see. So Marco Brinkman, who just absolutely went on a tear. 2-5-0s. One with Armeleo. Not easy at all. Zavrotniak, not easy. This is a very hard pool. Bonferroni, not easy. So no real, like, let's be real. There's never really any easy matches at a World Cup, but he absolutely made it look easy. Andrasvi. So let's see. Overall, Duduk, Xiong. So every time you have a Korean, you're kind of shaking in your boots. So overall, Nurmatov is not bad. So overall, he did his work. He would be expected to win everything in here, but obviously, right, you got to win these bouts. So good on him. Well done. So a small pool because Joshua from Malaysia intended to say us. Anyway, um, oh sorry, it was so Malcotti cleans up everything after I think he had a rough run in his last competition, if I remember properly. So someone didn't show up, so every match counts extra hard. Good on him. Failed to appear. Let's say Kendrick, Jean-Joseph Kendrick, who beat my boy Dylan French. Overall, pretty convincing pool. So this is actually not easy. Let's right. This guy here for Dylan is not easy. Sito is not to be underestimated. He made top 16 in Burn, and Kufal is quite good. So overall, not a hard, not an easy pool, but I would expect him to be able to take all these matches. But these two, good on him. 5-4 it seems. So. Let's have a look. So Roman Svichkar. Uh, that's a hard, pretty hard. Just Yurka and Fong. Not easy at all. So right away, very hard matches, and looks like they were kind of cleaning up between themselves. Yurka kind of choked up here. All right, so he took it. Then let's see here. So we have Jean-Joseph Svichkar. Lopez Portier, after kind of a rough early season, he cleans up his pool to make it through. Kelly Dirksen. So overall, for his level, it'd be expected to clean up. Because overall, there's no one who I wouldn't say here he couldn't just beat. So he had a pool mate for him, and he took it. Let's have a look. Bakos. I don't know much about Bakos, but he had Prinitz, Svistil, and the Korean, and an Italian. So overall, like, as just a kind of like a pool where there's no one that really stands out. Maybe Prinitz. He made his name, so good on him. Not easy. And then Roa, that's a little bit surprising, but he had a hard pool. That's just a little Pan Am action. Pavel Petra is very good. He's medaled World Cups before. Obviously, Stankovic is very good as well. This Austrian guy is very good too, Kovacki. So, hey, I think that's a first for him. So if you do watch the channel, Hernando Roa, congratulations. And then let's go on to that. Next up, pool result into the tableau. Let's actually have a look at pool results and see where they cut out. So you needed to have won at least 2 matches with an indicator of -4, but it depends on the touches received. So -4 at minimum. While a lot of people who won 2 didn't make it through. So look at that. Wow, wow, wow. Very, very difficult. In 2 bouts, you need to win 2. 3, you're always guaranteed. This is a lot of people at only 2 bouts. Wow, and then here's a little advantage when you are in a smaller pool. Yes, you have less matches, but if you win less, so 2, if you're in 2 and 5, you're guaranteed to go through because you automatically have a higher percentage than all the 2 and 6. So, little tidbit for you guys here. So let's go have a look at the tableau. So Kovac being the first one, so he ends up getting knocked out by Nakajima, who is a pretty good Japanese who actually demolished the Korean 15-4. And Banier, who beat a Lithuanian, who Campos, who's an interesting French gripper from Colombia. He won 15-14, barely made it out, and then pretty comfortable against Nakajima. Then let's see, Jan Sich and Romatov, again, like Uzbekistan, are good fencers. Don't, just because it's a lesser-known country, don't count them out. And Buta from Hungary, he got taken out with... So this is actually a pretty hard match. Gonel is always to be like... He usually goes 5-1, and sometimes he goes all the way through, but like not an easy match. Very tricky lefty French grip, and looks like Jan Sich took care of that. So overall, pretty good tableau. Tulin against Nunez. Oh, a check. So that I would expect Tulin to win. And then Nick Zhang against Dagani. Hard bout. I would have loved to have seen that. FIE, please get cameras on the first day. 13-12. And then beats Davija, who beat William East. And then Tristan Tulin kind of just took him to town. 15-8. Very sad for Mr. Zhang. Let's see, Matsumoto. Haddad would be Lao. So overall, Matsumoto kind of made his way through with, like, obviously, like 15-9, 15-10, without seeing the context it's about, but it looks like he kind of just took care of business. Yamada, I love watching this guy fence. He has a Castillo who beat Husson. So 15-4, 15-7. And Rubez is not easy. So overall, Rubez beats Fistel. Singhu Davir got lost. I'm not sure who Huang Xiaotong is, but Rubez only beat him in overtime. So overall, yeah, Yamada made his way through pretty well. Herzberg, Brunald Okim, that's a tough one, and Okim just murdered Herzberg after, though. And then Piatti, who's oh, so see, man, this is where like anything can happen. 15-14 against Freeman, not an easy bout, and then 15-9, 15-6. So other than the first bout, he was not very comfortable. And then we have Menkarelli against Zavrotniak, 15-5. Zavrotniak is an old timer who I believe got a medal in the 2004 Olympics. Then Menkarelli just demolishes Santarelli, and overall just made his way through relatively easily. Let's see it. Peter Bisht. Ari, who lost to Jacob Stange. Russell James. Overall, Svensson. Let's have a look. So Svensson again against Jesus Flimardo. Overtime 1, 13-12. And then after that, he gets to go all the way through. So remember, like, these World Cups are so hard early on. Wish we could see these bouts. So Yelen Pereira. Woo! Like, this is where, like, all World Cups are not the same. You need, if you are in 256, you got to win 3 bouts to go to second day. That's rough. Like, winning pools is just a godsend. So 15-14 Yurka. And Alimzanov, who's, holy cow, that's a hard segment. Good on him. Alimzanov, and so, like, he had to go through a Korean before getting here. And then I'm not sure who this guy is, but he must be pretty good. So overall, like, super hard tableau, but Pereira, right? One bout, and then he cleans the next. So Ito Inoki actually lost to Tora. That's not an easy match at all for either of these guys. Sito is like a small little French gripper. Very tricky defense. And let's see. Vinay, so good on him. He's no easy bouts. And this guy's moving up in overall. I think it's like 3 in a row where he made stop 64 at the very least. Kenta Yoki getting stopped by Hari. Makienko, that's a hard bout. I would have not have actually bet for Kenta Yoki here. Gavalda, Hari. So overall, yeah, Hari just making his mark. Good on him. Very good fencer. Good to see him in top 64. Hey, Adrien Favre. Iglas Fligare. So that's tough matchup. So here we have a team kill. Oh, so I'm not sure who Fanivesi is. Good on him. So looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. Jonas Hansen, so this is pretty hard. This is a very difficult run. So look at that. So Unterhauser beats Gyeyilu from Taipei, and then Gyeyilu was really hot. He came top 16 in Doha. Very good result. And then next one, what happens? You get knocked out first round. So difficult. And Sam Unterhauser, then Jonas Hansen takes him out. Wow. Cooper Schumacher and Bielak. So 2 lefties, but Bielak is short and very explosive. Cooper Schumacher, big on the preps, but really fast on his hand. Very tall guy. And then he takes team kills. And then with close match against Jonas Hansen, FIE. We need to see these matches. Dylan French beats James Odgers. And then after that, we get ourselves Jensen. Not easy at all, Jensen. And Latin Crook, who's now training in Paris, then loses to Dylan French. And then Eskov beating Francisco Lamardo. So all the Lamardos getting knocked out early. Miguel Frazao, not easy, tricky French grip. And then after that, Eskov, who barely ekes out a win against Dylan French. Riesland goes through pools. So look at that, man. Holy shit. Cocoan is a bit on a downhill slope right now. Could be, anyway, we won't talk about the circumstances in Israel and what have you. But then Romero beats him. Romero, not easy. Then Romero then beats Riesland, who then has to go through Baran, who won a GP very recently. So holy cow, Kelly. So overall, right, just very difficult. Like anyone wins here, right? These guys could be in Tableau 64, and you could say, wow, this guy might win today. So Yannick Borel, who went 4-2 in pools. Johannides, not easy. Gary North, and then imagine that, right? For World Cup win. Oh, Yannick Borel. Sorry. So overall, very difficult here. Maringer, Rafael Tulin, very close match, like 14. So that means they probably went to time. Borel, then you get Borel, and so this is very, very tough. Duduk is not to be scoffed at either. So let's see here. So now, man, these are tricky. So Galley, who has to face Yassine, who barely beat Van de Steen from Belgium. And then Alexis Messien versus Tristan Zapari, up and coming junior, I believe, from France against Tristan, who most of the people on my channel know a lot about the U.S. fencers. So overall, this is a very strong start. And then Yassine and Zapari. Wow. Overtime. Wish I could have seen that. Thanks, FIE. Galabov, tricky French gripper, who had a really good showing at Euros. Man, Lugones Ibanez, not easy. And then Galabov, and then Alec Brook Marquez. Oh, Alec Brook barely beat a Korean. I'm sorry, they're so, like, I refer to them as Korean, but they're just, like, every time I see a Korean, they're just really good at fencing. And then Lugones, see right here, barely beats Galabov, and then kind of takes Alec Brook to town. So Middleton, who's been on fire lately, really just cleans his way through. Was against Bonferroni, Jose Noelito. Good job, Kuya. And then Quan just kind of cleans up. Alto wheel, that's Quan, really. Alto wheel almost beats Quan. And then Middleton just goes to town. This would have been really nice to see Quan Middleton. Michalak takes out Justin Yu, who's finally able to do World Cups again. Petra, loses to an Irish fencer. Well done. Well done. Good for you. And Michalak goes all the way through. Overall, Kaspersky, Shum. So, yeah, Michalak goes through. Good on him. So, this is really important for Elcor because he needs those points to make the African zonal slot. So, Ankiewicz, that's not an easy bout. Polish fencers in general, not easy. Ankiewicz is very difficult to fence. And then Bellman, who goes through his teammate Schmidt. And then Hasanov, I'm not sure who Panasenko is. Then Bellman, and then Elcor. So, not easy. Dorati, who beats from Panama, who beats Muminov. Uzbek fencer Omari Smoke, who got smoked by Dorati, still very close. And then Armaleo just kind of see. This first one, Korean Masagon, not easy. 13-12 again, first bout of the day, very difficult. Into a kind of a clean sweep after the fact. Matthew Nitch, Mariyama loses to Julius Den. I believe that is a righty French gripper. I believe I talked with him quite a bit. Matthew Nitch takes on Surtai Furuta. Wow, 15-7. Surtai is so hard to fence for me. And then Yang Fengming kind of takes care of business all the way through. Stankovic, who loses to Calderon. Would not expect that, but Calderon is very tricky to fence. And then Paolini Prinitz. Calderon takes on Paolini, who then gets slapped by Fava, who just slaps his way through the Czech Republic to take out Calderon. So very hard run here. Aleg, so let's see. Michael Trooper versus Bila, not easy. What's interesting here is Aleg and Bila fenced each other like last week at a French competition, and it wasn't that close. And then Aleg just takes it to town and cleans his way through the rest of these bouts. Dirksen beating Paganelli is very good for him, but then Aleg just shows his superiority. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure who Balkar is, but he went through. Gaetani, look at that. This guy just medaled in Vancouver. And this time just gets taken out by another, just relatively speaking, random fencer. Petrov, KGZ. I believe this guy is a righty French gripper. And then, so El Haouri beat Good match for him. Then Petrov just cleans his way through. Like now, I wouldn't say like any huge names, but he took care of business. Sanchez beating Buzacchino. Good for you. And then El Saraki, very big lefty, uh, Egyptian guy, very good, putting in work. And then after that, we got Byro. Byro just finds his way through. Byro being like the 6'8" French gripper. And then we got Ramirez, who beats Ben Andrews. And then Heinzer, who finds, I would have loved to have seen this match. Oh my god. We're all like, not easy, right? Ramirez just medaled in Doha. What happens now? You lose in 96, right? Like, these tournaments are so hard. Rodriguez, and then Castelli, who beat Finn Fafard and Rodriguez overtime, but then loses to Takahashi Miraku. I believe that is a young, and Al Shati from Kuwait. Alexander English. Overall, good on him. These are not easy bouts. I mean, he's a young Japanese guy, obviously, but I can't recall his style. And then let's see, Flavio Gianot goes through. The Polish are always hard to fence, and Mahmoud Mosen is a lefty who's really good at the parries and fleshes, but Flavio is really good at tip penetration, so I can see how this would have turned out really good for Flavio. And then Bodokshi, who destroys Barguez, which is not what I would have expected, and then Flavio takes it. This would have been nice to see. Nick Lawson. Let's see, Angio, so not easy, Angio, like lefty from Hong Kong, very fast. And then we probably have the two tallest people fencing. And, so actually Charlemont, if we take out Lugo, who just didn't quite make the cut, lost his first match. Did both people who didn't make the cut lose their first match? Yes. So it's, oh God. So, and then takes out Lugo, and then takes out Lawson. So there we have it, folks. That was the top 96. Let's have a quick look at the tableau for tomorrow. And I'll make some quick predictions. You can call me out if I am right or wrong. So Diveroli, Takahashi, I would say Diveroli takes that. Kamata, Pereira, I actually think Pereira takes that, but I do like Kamata. So let's go with Pereira. Minkman Piatti, I think Piatti takes this. El Sayed, Armeleo, I think Armeleo takes this. Cuomo Svensson, I think Cuomo takes this. Balkar Yu takes this. Yang Fengming, Van Noonen, let's go with Van Noonen. I believe he's going to take it. Mencarelli and Canon. Ooh, that should be interesting, but I think Canon's going to take it. Kurbanov Sito, I'm giving it my all to Kurbanov. Tulin, Jean-Joseph Kendrick, I'm going to give it to Jean-Joseph. Andrasty and Max Heinzer. I want to see more Max Heinzer, so I'm going to give it to Max Heinzer. Fava, Limardo. So they've historically always had very, very close matches. And then Lamardo's been looking a little rough lately. I'm going to give it to Fava. Lan Minghao, Elcor, I think Elcor takes this, actually. It's going to be close. It could be close. It could also be like a bit of a Lan. If Lan takes over to be early bout with his style, it'll be really hard for Elcor to take over. But I think Elcor takes this. Borel Nagy, I think Borel takes this. Park Byro, I really want to watch this. I think this one's going to go to Park. Petrov, Vismara takes this. Kano, Bielyak, that could be, depends. Kano kind of goes really slow early in bouts. That might go to Bielyak's favor. But I think Kano takes this. Oh my god, we have a team kill potentially. Yamada Malkati, I give it to Yamada. I just want to see more Yamada. Lopez Banye. Let's give it to Lopez. Wang Zijie, Fenivesi, Wang Zijie, I think. Siklosi, Charlamov, Siklosi, Bakos, Matsumoto. I want to see Matsumoto. Roa, Middleton. I think Middleton takes this. Bardnet, Lugones. I think Bardnet takes this. Just from the style-wise, I think, from what I've seen, I think Bardnet is just looking too good. This should be hype. I think Freilich takes this, though. But it could be, this is a hard one to judge. El Sayed, Baran, that's Mahmoud. I'm going to give it to Baran. Hari, Loyola, let's go. Oh man, I would love to see Minobe, Loyola, it'd be hype. So Minobe Yassin, I'm going to give it to Minobe. Bayard Eskov, we're going with Bayard. Janot, Flavio, and Svitskar, Roman Svitskar. Polaleg and Kochman, I'm going to give it to Aleg. Koch and Michalak, I give it to Koch. So there you go, you have an actual day one breakdown. I hope you enjoy these. If you like this, let me know. Since I couldn't be there, I might as well do my best to bring on the entertainment. Thanks for watching, everyone.